What's up? What's up? It's your boy Sean P back again with another edition of Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. I have my panel back this evening. My homie Ansem from BLG, aka Bootleg Gang, and of course, Reese, King of the North from Torture Talk, Torture Chamber. What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on? So tonight we're gonna get right to it. This has been a long-awaited pod. We are going to do a head-to-head battle with the most talked about and probably the number one album from 2024, which was Kendrick Lamar's GNX, versus this year's most talked about album, Clipse, Let God Sort 'Em Out. These albums too were headlined the categories in this year's Grammy Awards. I believe Clipse received like 5 nominations and Kendrick received like 9 or something like that for GNX. So this is definitely a head-to-head mano-a-mano battle of the two most, I would say, most influential rap albums of the last couple of years, fellas. Just your initial thoughts off of that, real quick before we get started.
As far as
man,
go ahead, you go ahead first.
We talking about 2 fire albums, no bullshit. That's what I'm hype about.
No gimmicks, no bullshit, real hip hop. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I think both of these albums moved the needle, and it kind of reset hip hop. If you ask me, I still haven't heard outside of Chromacopia. I still haven't heard nothing that captured my interest like these two albums. That's rap or hip hop.
I hear that. So let's get started. So hold on, let me get my banners first before we get to it.
I win the coin toss. You go first, Reese.
I said it again.
All right. Let's go first. First category, cultural impact. So, which album you think had the biggest impact overall on hip hop culture and music culture overall? I'll start off by saying which album had the biggest impact on the artist's career with respect to how they how should they say this? How big they were in the music in music overall in hip hop, if that makes any sense.
All right. Are you asking multiple questions about this category? Or just
Yeah, well, that's the first part of cultural
Okay.
impact, like impact on the artist's career overall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are you asking multiple questions about this one question, or you just
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this is a very complicated one because the Clipse ain't do an album in about 15 years.
Yep.
And they came back, and it's kind of like it's like they never left. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You could contribute that to the lack of what was going on in hip hop, but that don't really matter because the album was still classic.
Yeah.
Off of Kendrick Lamar, kind of the album was classic, but he was kind of riding high off of the battle.
And Not Like Us, true.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I might have to go with the Clipse on this one because they took off for so long and they came back and made an impact. Kendrick Lamar was already in the mix and he made an impact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think the Clipse coming back and basically putting themselves in the position where they're being talked about at the Grammys as one of the albums of the year. I think that definitely have to say they had the biggest cultural impact. Of if we answer in that question, yes, I would say that.
I didn't think about it like that, but I can see it 2 different directions. I definitely agree with you when it comes to Clipse's cultural impact because, of course, they haven't put out an album in a while. Also, and I know you hate to hear this, Sean, but that cheat code to Pharrell, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like for Pharrell done solidified himself for sure.
We're gonna get to that.
Now
We
he
talk about
proves
him.
that he can do this without Chad Hugo.
Yeah, that's a very good point. We're gonna talk about production, all that overall later
Yeah,
on.
but
But I
let's get
think
back to Impact though.
that angle is real important though. I get that.
Yeah, another reason you could probably say the Clipse is having a big cultural impact is because for the longest they were known to be one dimensional. And they introduced an album with a song that you wouldn't expect them to do. And when you hear the story, it makes sense. Even though you may see certain flashbacks of what they tend to talk about in the past, they
Yeah.
still brought something new to the table on a not so normal Pharrell beat. That's one. The way to introduce this album is another thing when it comes to that song. However, Kendrick did something that people thought he couldn't do on GNX.
Mm-hmm.
People thought that Not Like Us was a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But then comes with an album that you could say is a West Coast album.
Yes, right. That's right.
And he used hip-hop references throughout that album
That's right.
to make it more universal. And now that we have seen the Super Bowl halftime show, if you were to go back to that album, we're still deciphering puzzles of that album and the battle he was in to this day.
True indeed.
Just watching the video from Torture Talk the other day.
That's right.
So even though I can understand why someone would say Clipse has a cultural impact, I would still say Kendrick for the fact that people are blaming Kendrick on the Billboard. Yet that album was on the Billboard.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
on the Billboard. We're gonna get to sales in a minute, but to follow up off of that, what do you think? Which album had the bigger impact on hip hop history overall? Like when it's said and done, which album you think is gonna be more remembered or will age to the point of classic status? You know what I mean?
Whoever wins the Grammy, that's the answer. Even though I don't care about
That's what you're
Grammys like
putting it
that,
on, huh?
I'm thinking outside of my perspective.
Yeah.
I would say whoever wins the Grammy will win that answer. Because think about it. Ever since 3 6 Mafia won that Oscar, a lot of people started being influenced by 3 6 Mafia. The last week or the week before, we were speaking about how mainstream hip hop is dying, but we need one of these artists to win that album of the year award. Not even rap album of the year, but album of the year award. But in my opinion, I would say whoever wins the hip hop album of the year, that is the album that's going to have the more impact. Especially, it's going to be talked about more, and who knows what type of influence it may bring next year.
I want to follow up on that. What if Kendrick wins album of the year, overall album of the year, though?
If Kendrick wins album of the year, get ready to hear a whole lot of complaining, which is still impact.
Reese, what you got to say about that?
I see exactly what he said, but I will say that I'm gonna have to go with GNX regardless. I think GNX. I think Kendrick Lamar kind of lends to what he said. Kendrick Lamar has literally reset it with this album. He has reset it everything. The Clipse comes out with an album after that. I think those two albums are going to always be rivals, and it's weird that Kendrick is on the album, but it's always going to be a rival between the two. But I think that GNX right now is like a household name. Even though GNX isn't his best album to me, it's probably his most popular album. People love that album. Like, it's insane how much people like that album. So I definitely would say that GNX overall is going to be remembered. It's going to go down remembered. It's just too many moments on that album, like, that it just stands out. Like, too many. And then I want to say something real quick. Y'all say that this is a West Coast album. The more I listen to it, I realize it's West Coast based, but he has a lot of East Coast references on that album.
Oh yeah, he does. Because the first song is he sampled Houdini, but it was more in a West Coast vibe though.
No, it's a West Coast vibe album. Then you got Man at the Garden. Like a lot of these songs that he did on that album is definitely he has the East Coast. And I would even say Gloria and the Heart Part 6. I don't think those are the West Coast songs. Those are more East Coast songs to me.
I just only said that because he kind of put like a West Coast touch to it.
Oh
especially on the Heart 6.
Hey
the Heart 6, how he pretty much.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Yeah, but I kind of like how he did his version of the Heart 6, where he based it around his group.
Yeah,
he's a part of Black Hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess a question that I have that's off of this. You hear like, and these are online talking groups and online circles saying that GNX kind of came and went. It captured the moment of the battle, and it captured the moment of Not Like Us, and like it extended it. And then after that, it kind of faded out. Do you agree with that? Or do you think that this album, this goes into the impact on hip hop history? When it's said and done, this is gonna go down as maybe Kendrick's biggest moment album wise. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will say that GNX it turns a year tomorrow. Actually,
that's right. Next week is the anniversary. That's why we're doing this battle
tomorrow.
Yeah,
it turns a year tomorrow.
Yeah,
people are still talking about the album. It's very rare that we'd be talking about an album a year later. Like usually albums, they come and go. People talk about it for 6 months, maybe 4 months. You rarely see people actually still talking about album. Now, of course, the album is not going to be as relevant as because you got other artists coming out. But the thing is, the reason why I say this is because people are waiting for the deluxe. They've been waiting a year for him to put out a deluxe version of the album.
And I think he's going to drop that.
You get what I'm saying? Yep. So just imagine, like, when people say that people stop talking about, if Kendrick was to drop a deluxe tomorrow, then we right back in the conversation again.
Right back to number one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man.
Another thing with Let God Sort Them Out is that one thing I like that the Clipse did this year is not only took advantage of all these podcasts and media promoting the album, but still pushing the album to this day. They just put out FICO video a week ago. The best video clearly was Birds Don't Sing, and they held on to that song. Yeah, because they kind of released Ace Trumpets and So Be It kind of quick. But if I'm not mistaken, the next video wasn't until the song with Kendrick, and even that was like a month after. But I like the way they held on to Birds Don't Sing and put it out not too long ago.
Yeah,
because they're trying to show people like, yo, this album ain't here today, gone tomorrow. Like we're still pushing it somehow. I like that.
You know what I like about that too? That kind of takes you back. I just want to speak on the rollout for a minute. Mm-hmm. That was such a classic throwback rollout of them doing not radio shows, but now podcasts, because podcast culture is now the radio for us. And the videos. They put out 4 or 5 videos for this album. You don't see that anymore. It's usually one, maybe 2 videos, usually 1 video now for albums. And you don't really see an artist stretch an album out a whole year and put out 5 videos like they did back in the, TRL MTV era. I really miss those days. And I like they did that. They really took an old school approach and brought it back. Brought it back into mainstream hip hop culture. I really like how they did that.
It's 2 things that I think that the Clipse did right. And I think that the Clipse and Kendrick are like, they're kind of the opposite when it comes to how they move. Kendrick is he moves with the art of what they say, elusiveness. Like a lot of people don't really know too much.
Yeah.
I think that's an old school way of how celebrities used to be, musicians used to be. You never knew what Prince was, where he was at, what he was going to do. Like the art of that, I think, is a mystery that people like as well. When it comes to hip hop, I think also too, people like when you are vocal and you out there, and you pushing your product. It's two things that both of them, they, to me, it's really those artists can't really go wrong. But I will say, when I hear FICO, right, I just, me personally, I think the Clipse should take advantage of doing a remix to that song right now. I think they should do a remix. I think they should put Jada on there, maybe Styles, and give Stone God a verse.
Yeah,
I definitely think they should do that. But y'all right about the rollout. The rollout
like
was
I'm Not You Part 2 or something like that. That would be crazy if they.
That would be great, because that would really be taking it back, because you rarely see remixes anymore.
Yeah.
Like, they rarely do that, a remix to a hot song. They just come out with another single and just keep throwing singles at you. But
and this is another reason why quality matters when it comes to the impact, because Cardi B had a very well rollout as well, but the music isn't lasting as long as Clipse is, even though she just put out a remix with Jeezy. But even with that, it's not sticking as much as just the release of the FICO video.
And truth be told, she doesn't have a bad album. Like, I think it's really, to get off subject, I really think it's a pretty good put together album. I mean, she really spit her truth on there. But, maybe that's part of the drought right now in mainstream hip hop, that it's not really catching on. You know what I mean? So anyway, cultural impact, I'm going to have to give the slight edge to GNX, just off of the point you made. Yeah. I do think that, that album, made such a mark. And then with the highlight of the Super Bowl and performing those songs in front of the biggest audience in the world, and then the tour on top of that, I had to give cultural impact to GNX, just a slight edge for that.
Let me ask y'all a quick question before we get to the next topic, because this counts impact as well.
Yeah.
And a girl asked me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Would you look at GNX as his My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Because it's nothing like the first three albums. The first three albums are classic, and we're not counting Section 80, by the way. But then the fourth album was the album where you didn't expect him to sound like that, just like 808s and Heartbreaks. But this was more of a comeback album. This was a different type of classic. It's not the first three, but it's a different type of classic.
Reese, I'll let you take that one.
I don't know, because I'll be honest with you, I like Mr. Morale better than GNX.
Oh, really?
I do. I think Mr. Morale is so underrated, but it's one of his best projects to me. I mean, I think it's his third best project, because obviously it would be Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly. But to me, GNX is his fourth best project, and I got it behind Damn. And Damn is one of my favorite projects that he ever did. He has a very good catalog that I struggle with saying which one is the best outside of the first two. So that can actually change, but I definitely would say that if I had to say this is my Dark Twisted Fantasy, I mean, I could understand why somebody would say that, but I think my Dark Twisted Fantasy probably Kanye's best album to me, though. Even though I like Graduation in College Dropout, I think that album to me was put together.
Late Registration.
Yeah, Late Registration and those, they were
that's
good,
my favorite Kanye album.
But my Dark Twisted Fantasy, though, that's a super classic to me. Like, it's so many different cultural references on that album. It's crazy. And you can even say that a lot of albums after that album took from that album. The whole thing with the ballerinas and it's so much stuff on that album, bro. It's crazy.
Well, you gotta remember, we can't forget, even though Kanye crazy as fuck right now, the nigga's still hip hop.
Oh no,
that's
no,
still
no,
his
no,
foundation. So he's always gonna have the references. But I didn't expect Kendrick to do it like this, though, where Kendrick didn't necessarily sound like his first three albums. Even though you can say his first three albums are different, you can still notice a similar Kendrick between those three. This is not the first three album Kendrick.
I knew this was coming because when I heard Kendrick on the Baby Keem's album, I knew that this type of Kendrick was coming. Because if you listen to him on Baby Keem's album, it's all in the same vein as this GNX. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I'd say, like, to me, I think this is a top 3 Kendrick album. Like
Say
to
top
me,
three
this
too.
is my most favorite. This is my favorite Kendrick album. This is kind of I've given the reference. This is like Jay-Z's Volume 2, even though Jay-Z's Volume 2 might be 4th in the pecking order in Jay-Z's classics. That's my favorite.
I can actually agree with that.
That's my personal favorite because I mean, it was just a fun album. Took me to a fun time. You could rock it all the way through. Like, I really thought that was Jay-Z's my favorite, personal favorite. And this is my personal favorite for Kendrick. As far as Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I could see that reference too, because many people would say College Dropout is like, of course, like his Illmatic, his first. And then it would be a toss-up between Graduation and my Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So I could see that too. You know what I mean? I think that's actually a good comparison. The thing is though, and I don't know what it is, and I think GNX is starting to the aging process where it's aging a little bit better. But there was a period where people were giving a little bit of backlash as to, well, this is just his Not Like Us moment. You know what I mean? They try to put that in a box as if, nah, we're going to forget about this. We want to get on to the next thing. When's Kendrick dropping again? Which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But I think now people are starting to appreciate GNX more. And once they put out deluxe version, it's going to come right back to the top. So I do agree with that.
For me, what happened with GNX is whenever I listen to it, it wakes me up. It reminds me how good hip hop is. Like if I don't listen to GNX for a while, let's say maybe a couple of weeks, I don't listen to it. When I go back to listen to it, it's kind of like when I listen to the Clipse album. It's so powerful. It hits me in the chest every time I listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm so amazed how emotionally impacted I am by that album. It really hits me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a household name because when you hear that album, as soon as you hear the sample, the lady singing, you know what time it is. It just puts you in a different mode. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about that album. So I could agree with that. Yeah, that's
great put together album. So let's get on to our next topic. Overall artistry. Okay. So I got a couple of questions, a couple of points to make off of artistry. First, which album has the better lyrical creativity and originality, would you say?
That's a great question.
Now, see, a part of you wants to say Kendrick Lamar by default, but Malice might be the MVP as far as rapping this year. Because I'm looking at the overall artistry. First of all, when Pharrell samples, like it's going to be some dangerous stuff. And I'm thinking I might be biased in this. I'm thinking from a Virginia album. This ain't necessarily a Virginia album.
No, it's not.
That's another thing that makes this Clipse album hit a lot harder. Because like some of these songs, I wouldn't expect Clipse to be rapping on. That's produced by Pharrell or the Neptunes, like Mike Tyson "Blow to the Face."
Oh God,
it's RZA all day.
Ooh, yeah,
like I never would expect Pharrell to sound like that, and for like pushing the enter into that song with probably the better verse on that song. Because even though there's a narrative that's been said that Malice is the better rapper, in this album you can tell Push is trying to out rap Malice. He's like, I'm not gonna let you kill me the whole album, even if you don't see the competition.
Far behind, yeah.
Mike Tyson "Blow to the Face" to me, lyrically is the best song of that album, and you can hear the Biggie in it a little bit. But then you'll have songs where you think they're making a hit song attempt, but it ends up being hard instead. Like All Things Considered, featuring the Dream. Dream was actually featured on the song as if he had a verse, not even on the hook. The hook was Pharrell. So expecting a Dream feature to come in like that on a song what Pusha and Malice is rapping about, like that's left field in itself as well.
This is a very difficult one, but I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm gonna lean with Kendrick on this as far as overall artistry.
Yeah.
Because songs like Reincarnated, I just don't see anybody doing. I don't see the Clipse doing. They didn't do anything like that. That song to me is like that's peak artistry to me. You know what I mean? First of all, you rapping like Tupac. And then you it's a point to the song where you basically talking about you're Satan in different forms of people, influencing people.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then at the end, you basically shed your skin as the devil and repent to God about all the things you have done. And they argued about it. To me, that's peak level artistry.
I was gonna ask of that question next about song creativity and originality. So I would agree with you on that one. I think Kendrick had the better end at that. I don't know about what do you think, Ansem? You think song wise, lyrical creativity? I may give the edge a little bit to Clipse. I don't know.
Now we talking lyrical, that's different. We talking artistry. To me, if we want to mash them together, I'm gonna have to say Kendrick. But if we separate it, then I might have to say the Clipse because of rapping wise, they did more. I think more hip hop rapping wise. Kendrick was more artistry type of music. If you ask me,
if you want to say it like that,
yeah,
I agree with you. If you want to say it like that,
okay. Now,
but I wouldn't necessarily say that overall artistry means that GNX was better, though.
Yeah, but there's more to overall artistry, though. These are the 2 points. Like, all right, do we agree here? Do you agree maybe you could give lyrical creativity to the Clipse, but song creativity to Kendrick?
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think that's where we're at, because that's where I'm at with that. Because Reese, I'm glad you brought up the creativity conceptual wise. I really like what Kendrick did. He had so many layers to those songs, and people don't really, they overlook the emotion behind all of those records. You know, even on the first song, the song when he said, "Man, my work ethic let Lil Wayne down." You know what I mean? Just the emotion behind that, because people don't realize, like, at one point Kendrick looked up to Wayne. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of emotion behind that. So I think, and that's it's a very even debate, because when you look at the God Sort Him Out, when the birds don't sing, that might be the most emotional record of the year. You know what I mean?
That was very good. Birds Don't Sing to me was it caught me off guard. It kind of like, and this is why I said this is a very good argument, because Gloria and Birds Don't Sing to me are equal. Because at the end of that song, I didn't know he was talking about his pen. I didn't know. And I'm into lyrics, but it was a surprise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole time he's flying with his girl, and you thinking it's his girl, and it's actually his pen. And Birds Don't Sing surprised me because I didn't think Clipse could rap like that. I didn't think they could ever do emotional songs like that.
Yeah.
So the artistry on both of those albums, to me, at least with Birds Don't Sing, kind of it holds a lot of weight. But I think Kendrick just had more moments in that category, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
What about album production? Because I know you've been wanting to talk about Pharrell, Ansem. What do you think about album production? Which album would you lean to on that?
I definitely say Let God Sort Him Out. There's not a whack beat on this album.
You're right about that one.
No, all right. So here's the thing.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
I do skip the title track on GNX, more because Kendrick isn't rapping. and it just sounds like some typical. It's like, okay, since Kendrick get on here, we just gonna keep the West Coast thing going. All my niggas get on the track. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, you talking
cool.
about you talking about
The
GNX? Okay,
title track
yeah, yeah,
GNX.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, that's
Okay, yeah,
cool,
I
but
got you.
I've seen people complain because Pusha said yellow diamonds look like PP, but that beat hit
Yeah,
hard as fuck though compared to
Yeah.
the title track.
yeah,
Yeah, he's the you know he was dissing Drake in that, right? That whole line is about Drake.
yeah.
Yellow diamonds look like PP, and the
Oh, you talking about the
the
incident where you got peed
YPP,
on?
yeah, the YPP
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
People
okay.
were saying, I don't know if that's actually true, but people were saying that, like, oh, because people connect everything. Oh, he said
Yeah,
Kiki. Drake got a song called
I
Kiki.
wouldn't be surprised.
And
Like
look
for
at it,
real.
we even dissecting Clipse songs because Pusha
Yeah,
did beat Drake also, and you know why a lot of people were tired of hearing GNX because there's a lot of Drake fans.
yeah,
Why do you think we was here? And I know Dub gonna get mad when he hear this. So yo, what up, bro? I still got you on block. But anyway, you gonna hear people saying we're waiting for that Drake comeback, but we've been hearing Drake songs all year.
yeah,
And Drake ain't the only one putting out music. I mean, shoot, it's a lot of dope hip hop this year. That's why it's like it trips me out how we had that commercial rap is like hurting right now, but maybe it needs to because we got two albums that aren't really commercial rap albums, but
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just made it to the mainstream.
yeah,
yeah. All right, so production is I'm gonna lean more towards the Clips on this. But the thing that, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why.
Okay.
The reason why I would lean more towards the Clips on this, because the GNX beats sound too polished. A lot of the beats were too organized, too polished, too
mhm.
clean. The Clips beats sound dirty. They sound like,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, gritty,
Uh-huh.
hard. Like, not to say that, because I think that the GNX album has flawless production as well.
Banging beat.
I
Yeah.
think it does, but it sounds polished. Like, and
Like
like a lot of
Drake.
people don't like the song. Tell them Kendrick did it. I like that. I hated that song when I first heard it, but I like the song now. And the reason why I like it is because it's just it's a song. I, I like that song now because that's how I feel about the Clips album. Those beats on that album is dirty. That to me, that's a dirty beat. You know what I'm saying? Click, you know what I'm saying? Tell him
Yeah.
Kendrick did it. You know what I'm saying? And then run a brick. Tell him Kendrick. I like that shit. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like Gloria and Luther, all of those beats sound so polished to me. You don't sound
More
like
radio friendly.
Psycho and
More radio friendly for that.
yeah, radio friendly. Yeah, that's yeah.
I think
I'm gonna lean towards the Clips on
to
that.
follow up on that point, I think a lot of those beats on GNX were also catered towards, singing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? To cater to SZA, to cater to, I think there's another R&B singer on there, and also harmonizing by Drake. I'm not Drake. You got me talking about Drake now. Here we go. But harmonizing, because that's Mr. Harmonization right there. But Kendrick was harmonizing on there too. See, the thing about the God Sort Him Out, that's straight rap, straight bars, straight grit. There's no
yeah,
in between, and those beats were designed for that. The thing I like about it the best is Pharrell came with a style we've never heard, and the clip sounded like a totally different group on this album. They came back totally different. They never sounded like that 20 years ago on their first album. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Or even on their albums in the mid 2000s. This production, I think this was the best produced album of easily of 2025, even over the Alchemist projects. Now, at first, some people were saying, I don't know about that. Like Alchemist really brought it, but I really think Pharrell's production on this really aged well. And I have a newfound appreciation for Pharrell on this. So I got to give production to Let God Sort Him Out.
Now, here's one thing that interests me: how you talk about how more dirty the beats are on "Let God Sort Them Out," Yet GNX had more samples, but
Mhm.
it was a lot more clean because let's not forget he was signed to Aftermath, Dr. Dre,
Dre.
the most
Yeah.
polished hip hop producer ever. That's why he takes time with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if we was even thinking on a hip hop perspective, we should be saying GNX by default, just for the fact that GNX has more sampling. But how Pharrell, definitely made it sound a lot more dark and showed, like I said in the beginning, he showed that he can do it without Chad Hugo. Now it makes me wonder if Chad Hugo was on this project, how much crazier it would sound.
You know what the irony is? I'm glad you brought that up because Pharrell used to be the radio friendly sample guy. He used to be the harmonized beats guy, you know.
You want to
And
know
he came
why? Because it wasn't just
completely.
Pharrell.
When he
That's
did,
right. He
That's
came
why.
completely different on this. That's why I love the production on here, man.
I'm gonna
I
tell
love
you,
this version of Pharrell.
I'm gonna tell y'all when I knew that Pharrell was going to take off, he produced "Timeless," The Weeknd, and Playboy Cardi. That beat is insane.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Really?
that's the beat. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Pharrell. He said it in the song, like Neptune's drum on the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I will say that Jack Antonoff did a lot of beats or he did a lot of the production on GNX.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also Soundwave too.
Yeah. And what's the name? Mustard. But Mustard did one of the best beats, in my opinion, out of all of these is Hey Now. I think Hey Now is probably one of my favorite songs out of all of this.
You know it's crazy. There's an interview where he said the original version of Hey Now was like his version of Grinding, but then everybody else add extra production on it. But the original beat, which probably is just the skeleton, was his version of Grinding.
Yeah, that beat is insane. He should do a music video for that.
I think DJ Mustard has entered now the elite producer conversation. He's now in that top 15, top 10 conversation after GNX and definitely after Not Like Us. He's got the resume now. You know what I mean?
He has like, I didn't realize how many hits he got, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
He owned the 2010s.
Yeah, he's because I never really been a big fan of Mustard, but he definitely got a lot of hits.
And you know what it is? This was his signature moment. Like this was kind of his chronic. This was kind of his Illmatic, if you will. Like this was his moment. I think he never had a signature album to back that up. I know he had YG's debut album, and he
dropped the album last year that was dope. I forgot the name of that album, but it was
it didn't sell too well. But yeah, I heard about it. I heard it was really was pretty dope. But yeah, that's just like a signature moment. You know what I mean? I'm really proud of the dude because he grinded a lot during the 2010s, and I think he's in that elite producer conversation. One more question. Track for track, what's the better play? GNX or Let God Sort Him Out?
This is culturally inappropriate.
That's a good question. If I had to go track for track, like if we go through 1 through 10, I'm probably gonna have to go with Clipse because there are songs that I would say there are songs on the Clipse album that I would say is better than songs on GNX. So I don't have to go with the Clipse on that.
Yeah.
This album has a 3-song run that I find interesting because it don't sound like normal Clipse, but you still had the formula in it. MTB, TTF, EBI, TDA, and FICO, all acronyms. Like that 3-album period, even though like even till it was short, but just to hear Pharrell rap was a big moment for me. But yeah, like how they were going back and forth on some Smith and Wesson stuff that second verse.
That's fire, man.
Because one thing I noticed lately, you notice they've been trying to sound the same on purpose to where you're not necessarily telling who is who, like they did on the Mobb Deep song.
They've kind of always done that to me, but I hear you. They've always kind of been like that, the Clipse, but I don't know. Maybe my ear's a little bit different, but but I like that. You know what I mean? You really heard the competition between the two on this project. Overall artistry, I'm gonna have to give to Clipse. Let God
Yeah.
sort them out. Definitely, I think they take that category. So, final category, overall song quality. So let's start off. Who had the better hit records? Would you say?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with GNX on this.
Yeah.
Luther, like, was just like
Turn
it's
the TV off.
you know what I'm saying? Turn the TV off. Like, it's really nothing I can say about those songs.
Yeah.
When I seen that in concert, it's insane. Like,
Oh yeah.
like
But
it's
so
insane.
be it. May still be song of the year though.
Yeah, I definitely
So be it is a
agree.
bullet.
So Be It is
Bulletful.
definitely there. Definitely there.
So
But
be
I think
it,
Whacked Out
Chains and
Murals,
Whips too. You know.
yeah, Chains and Whips. But I think Whacked Out Murals, it's I think it trumps all of those songs.
Yeah.
Like Whacked Out Murals is like, it's like I don't even
POV with Tyler the I don't know, bruh.
I think Whacked Out Murals is where is to
Jim
me,
Jones got a shot, got a little shot hit at him on a
keep your
POV.
head
I
down
don't
and what
know,
you gotta do.
bro.
You understand everybody, and he calling out everybody like,
We
yeah,
gonna talk
nigga,
about
you
features in a
said
minute.
love, you been lied to.
Yeah. We're gonna talk
You know what
about
I'm
features
saying?
in a
I
minute.
think that when you heard Whacked Out Murals, it kind of almost stopped time for me. Because he basically put it there like, yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That type of energy and make you niggas move to Europe. But it's regular for me, that's for sure. To love and hate. Like, he just was like all this talk is bitch made, it's on my Lord. You know what I mean?
Nah, he did
Like he just put it out there. Like, it used to be fuck y'all niggas, and now it's plural. Fuck everybody. That's on my body.
Yeah.
My blick first. Then God got me. like I watched him pander with them backhanded compliments. That whole song he was dissing J. Cole, by the way. You know,
Backhanded
compliments,
compliments,
it's a powerful song, bro. Like,
but you Zeus
yeah.
network niggas, you hear me loud and clear. Get these 50,000,
Yeah.
get these 55 niggas, wholesome niggas out of here. Same color Rolls Royce. We like Saudis here.
No. I'm not taking nothing away from the quality of the Clipse songs. I'm saying, for me, that song hit me harder than all of those songs, especially after the battle. Maybe it could be more because of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it could be that.
What do you think which album has the most the timeless records? The records we're gonna remember, you know. Which album is gonna have the records that are gonna age well or age further? You know what I mean?
Oh, we definitely gonna be remembering Chains and Whips.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Chains and Whips was supposed to come out 2024.
It's an unfair battle. This one here.
GNX.
It's kind of unfair in a way, because Kendrick is definitely the bigger artist, and his songs is gonna last probably the longest. And it's just being. If we talking like through us three, or we talking like overall, just us three?
I mean, it's up to you. It's your call.
I'm gonna have to go with Kendrick on that, because some of them songs is just, they're gonna be around forever. Like, they're gonna be around for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, they what's the name sat on the charts for damn near a year. Like,
yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go with like longevity in the songs. Like, yeah. I'm gonna have to go with that.
What you think, Anson?
I can't argue with that, to be honest with you.
True.
But so be it, though.
It's fire.
What about what about features? Which album had the better features?
Does Kendrick got a better verse on GNX than Chains and Whips? Because Tyler don't have a better verse on Chromophobia than POV.
Yeah.
And think about this.
GNX.
Out of everybody who's down with Griselda, Stove God Cooks becomes the first person that possibly might win a Grammy for being on an album.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's my guy right there. Yeah. His album.
And we can't forget
Yeah.
They still got Ab Live on the album, which is probably was like the most mixtape-ish song on the album. I think they kind of did it like that on purpose, just to give like a mixtape sound. So I can understand why you said like the beats, because yeah, Inglorious Bastards definitely don't sound like a Pharrell beat. That sound like you trying to sound like Adolf Alatoya or something like that. That's what I was like. You know,
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. If we're talking verses, or we just talking pin wise?
Verses.
We talking verses. The way he don't really have any like solo verses. I would say.
Yeah, because I am keep in mind, you know me. I didn't even have GNX in my top 10 albums for those years, and I still like the album. But that Kendrick verse on Chains Whips might be the best verse on this album.
You know what? I don't even know if, to me, I'm almost thinking Tyler's verse might be harder.
You think so? And
Yeah.
see, that's the thing.
A lot of people like Tyler verse.
Tyler wasn't rapping like that on Chroma.
Yeah, man. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of people like his verse.
Yeah, I gotta give features to let God sort them out. I mean, some of those features we still talking about. I mean, it's the features are so good that the Nas feature gets overshadowed, and that feature was hard as shit.
Yeah,
that was hard. We didn't even mention Nas on here. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy because the clips remind me of a 90s hip hop album with features.
Yeah, I was kind of keeping Nas off the topic because I'm waiting for this DJ Premier album. But I mean, you can't help just to bring him up. Yeah. And speaking of Nas, that new De La Soul Nas joint, yeah, I'm ready to hear that album.
Yeah, I got to do a review on that song.
I'm ready to hear that.
I heard clips of it, but I want to hear the full song and really lock into that song before I review. Because Nas was saying some shit on there. He's low key artist of the year. I mean, with all the verses he's put out, being on Let God Sort Him Out, you know what I mean? And the DJ Premier and Nas project, I mean, we may be talking about him as maybe the artist of the year along with Clipse.
I know you're not a big fan of that Slick Rick album, but obviously they got the best song on that album.
Oh, yeah.
Him and
Nas smoked it on that. Nas smoked just about every verse he's been on this year.
Yeah, I seen an interview with him. Put out. I see the interview with him, and he said he's waiting for Kendrick to call him.
I saw something about that. I heard about that.
So that does solidify that Kendrick Lamar is not on a DJ Premier beat, because there was a rumor that Kendrick Lamar did a song with Nas Black Thought produced by DJ Premier. So
I did hear that. False. I did hear that. I think I posted that in the group. Matter of fact. Yeah, so overall song quality, this is hard for me. Man, I may have to give the slight edge to GNX. I mean, but I mean, man, if that's the closest thing to a tie, that would be a tie to me almost, man, because it's like you said, and some like So Be It, Chains and Whips. I mean, these songs are just they hit you hard, man.
Yeah, they do. Not gonna lie.
Also, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but you noticed that the Clipse released the album 3 different ways.
I didn't know that.
So one version, which was the CD version, did not have neither version of So Be It. So Be It was done last.
I remember that.
That's why there was issues with the sample clearance, because they did that song. That was the last song they did for the project.
Yeah, they did the Scarface beat on So Be It, and I actually heard that.
I got both versions.
Yeah,
I got the So Be It on one of my phones. I have So Be It, the Scarface one or the singing one, and then they have the other one, the original one. You know the crazier part though, cleared, right?
But here's the crazier part, because I know you're about to say the 2 other versions of the Clipse album has So Be It on there, the original one, but it doesn't have Tyler's verse on POV. And then there's another version where I think it's like an all black vinyl that has everything on it.
Yeah. Is it So Be It? Is that the one with the what's the name singing?
It's the
sample beat.
The Arab thing, right? Middle Eastern beat.
Yeah.
Indian
I
beat,
believe that Pharrell had the. I believe Whistling got that cleared for Pharrell.
Swiss
Swiss.
beats or
Swiss
something.
beat.
Yeah,
Swiss.
I
Yeah,
heard
Swiss
that.
beats.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I wonder how he got it cleared. Man.
Okay, the final tally, and the winner is. It's going to go slightly to GNX.
Not surprised, but yeah.
I'm just gonna put this out there. My personal opinion, Let God Sort Him Out is arguably is first of all a certified classic. I think that arguably to me, no, not arguably, that's probably the best album I've heard in the 2020s. I would put that top 5. I know Nas, what is it? King's
Magic.
Disease 2 or King's Disease 3, or yeah, King's Disease 2 and Magic would be in that top 5. I would say probably GNX would be in there. I think that may be number 5 to me, but I think the absolutely surefire certified class. Oh yeah, Alfredo 1. That came out in 2020. That might be my number 2 album of this decade. But I think Let God Sort Him Out to me is the hardest album of this decade, hands down. Just my personal opinion. But I mean, you guys objectively hash it out. I give the slight edge to GNX in taking this battle. I don't know what y'all think.
I'm probably going and I hate to say it like this, but I'm probably gonna go with a tie because
that's so diplomatic.
It really is. It really is.
I mean, for this battle, I'm gonna give it to GNX between you guys, right? From what you on the scorecard that you guys gave me, but to me personally, it's Let God Sort Him Out. But you got a tie. I hear that.
Yeah, the reason why I got a tie is because I like both of the albums equally. And to be honest with you, like I listen to both of the albums all the time. I don't really see too many flaws in either one of those albums to me. You know what I mean? And I enjoy both of them highly. It's not like, oh man, this one song I skip. I don't skip no songs on either of those albums. I enjoy all the songs on both of them.
They both
Kendrick did it.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Even Kendrick did it.
Yeah, I like that song, bro. Tell them how to run. Hey, that's my bitch.
No, that shit hard. Peekaboo is hard as fuck.
I ain't the one to play with.
The bangers on there, man. I mean,
Peekaboo is crazy.
Peekaboo's
and the story about how it has a connection to Triple X Tentacion, that makes it crazier.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
man.
But Squabble Up is my shit, man. Squabble Up, man, is the banger.
That's a sample beat.
One of my top 5 Kendrick songs. You know what I mean? I love that song, man. It just makes you feel like you're riding in LA.
Yeah.
Like you're riding through Compton, man. That has such a West Coast vibe, man. Like, and it's modern West Coast. It's not like, you know, the 90s West Coast, the Chronic era. Nah, it's now the vibe now. I love it, man.
He that whole album is inspired from Snowfall. If you watch Snowfall, and you listen to GNX, it's a lot of references from Snowfall. A whole lot. I'm like, bro, like a lot of stuff. Snowfall is so classic, bro.
Yeah,
that might be one of the greatest shows of all time. I don't know if you haven't watched that.
Man, I watched the first season, and then my service made me have to pay for it, man. So I stopped watching, man. I was like, man, I'm not gonna pay. They made me to pay like, I don't know, like $15 a season or something. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, that show is crazy, man.
Snowfall.
You ever watch Snowfall, Ansem?
No, but I'm gonna research that just because you said it.
I'm gonna have to.
You gotta watch
it. Binge watch on it.
I swear to you, next time you see me, if you watch it, when we talk again, you're gonna say, "Yo, I see exactly what he's talking about with GNX." So many references from that show, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah,
we'll spend some time with being watch it one day. Yeah,
real quick on some. We got a little bit of time left on some upcoming out. Well, first the album that just came out. Maybe we could talk about this maybe next week or the week after when we review our projects or whatever. But Check out the Wale album. I'm not a Wale fan, just to let you know, but I was impressed, man.
I'll look for that.
It's a dope album, definitely a dope album. And Nas and Premier. Well, first De La Soul is coming out. I'm coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna check that out. Just another edition of the 7-11 Legend series, and of course that Nas song. I forget the name of it right now, but I'm gonna do a review on that song. That verse from Nas is serious, but they was really going back and forth on that. I thought Black Thought was supposed to be on there though.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought it was. That's what I heard, but I don't know. And Nas and Premier December 12th. Finally, the date is here. It's gonna be interesting, man. Just to put it out there, with the Ransom project and the Rock Marciano project Primo did, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I don't know about y'all, but
that Ransom hit.
You like that? I didn't
that
like
Ransom, man.
Like and Reese, you were a Ransom guy.
Yeah,
you love Ransom.
I didn't like it.
Nah.
You heard the song? Did you hear the new song he did?
With Conductor
Beat? Yeah, I heard that.
But is that the one where there's no beat to it? It's just a sample.
Yeah, Conductor.
And he's rapping all these different ways.
Yeah, he's got
that's crazy. Yeah, I like that.
His title track "Reinvention," when he was talking about his mom and dementia, how he once he talked about his mom and dementia, he switched the flow crazy on that joint. Chaos is my ladder. Nah, he got some joints on there. Shout out to Hit Boy and the Alchemist. I finally heard that album.
That was good. That's a good album.
It's cool. It's your typical Hit Boy Alchemist album. I just heard about Ruben Vincent and Knife Wonder. I'll let y'all know how that sounds. You know that's NC.
Yeah.
Shay Noir, and I can't say her name right, but I'm gonna try it.
Seventh Adventist or something like that. No, that album is actually pretty dope. I did hear that.
The Genius. It ends with the Genius though.
Yeah,
that album.
I did hear that.
Have you heard Armand Hammond? The latest Alchemist album, Armand Hammond?
Nah, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, they I think they're a New York group. One of the dudes is named Billy Woods. I heard he dropped a dope solo album on the low earlier this year. I'm gonna look that up because that album ain't that bad. But I will tell you, it's like the beats are kind of Earl Sweatshirt type of Alchemist beats, but they rapping.
All right.
Yeah, I think that I think the project with Ransom and Premier it's cool. It's not him and Wes Crave. I mean Nicholas Craven. Like
I'm looking forward to the Ransom. I think it drops tomorrow too. The Ransom and Conductor Williams. I want to hear that.
Oh yeah.
I think that's gonna be fire.
Yeah. He's Ransom got projects with a lot of producers, man. I still think him and Nicholas Craven that director's cut series is classic.
Oh yes.
Oh my god. I play that today. And it's like during COVID, he was going crazy. Like he was going crazy.
He's going crazy now. Ransom got what 3-4 projects this year?
Ransom has 25 projects since 2022. He put out 25 projects. 25.
Okay. That's crazy.
That's crazy. What's they put out more than him though? Well, Flea Lord and El Camino, them dudes be putting out like 80 albums a year.
And believe it or not, Currency's still putting out more albums than all these niggas. Yeah, like, he done dropped like 3. Yeah, he dropped a 730, an 830, a 930, and a 1030 this year. I just laugh. I like you just put out music just to do it. Like
some people are like that. My boy was like that. I mean, rest in peace. But he had my boy Slug. He had books and books and books of raps. He was addicted to writing. He just write all day. He'll sit in his room and just write and watch TV. That's all he did. He had books of raps. It's crazy.
Volumes, man.
But people are addicted to writing. They it's kind of like what's his name? What's that writer name? Stephen King.
Yeah.
That's why he has so much material. He's addicted to writing. He can't stop. Just
Shout out
coming
to
in.
my boy, Suspect. Friend I know for years. He was actually one of the first members of Short Bus alumni, but he
Yeah.
didn't stay in North Carolina A&T as long as everybody did. You know, he had his ups and downs, his struggles, and all that. But now he's making a living off of trucking automation, and he does trucking himself. So I'm happy that
Stuff.
he don't be writing like that, but he stay freestyling. He'll just talk to you and just and he'll just like flow 8 bars and then just get back to his regular talk.
That's
Like,
like
that
boy,
was just him.
boy Currency. I looked at Currency got about 50 albums.
I thought you got like 70 albums, man.
Yeah, I was
The only
I was
people
in the
that got
gym,
more
I said,
albums
"Let me
than
listen to
Currency,
somebody different." And
the only people that got more albums,
Currency.
or not even albums, but the only people that got more projects as far as albums, mixtapes,
Yeah.
than Currency, Charles Hamilton, even though he didn't last long, this dude was putting out an album a day for no reason.
Yeah,
Gucci Mane, believe it or not,
yeah.
and dang, the third
Oh
name
no,
just left my head.
you know who has a lot of albums and songs? I don't listen to him, but I seen his catalog. NBA Youngboy. It's insane, bro.
Yeah,
That
he
is
up
true.
there, but dang, it was the third name that left my head. But yeah, I didn't know Ransom put out 25
NBA
projects.
YoungBoy, he's like the new Gucci Mane of this era. Like he definitely got a Gucci Mane like aura about him as far as the younger generation. So I could see that.
Yeah.
Gucci has a lot of influence with Atlanta rappers, believe it or not. Like even
Oh yeah,
if they're not rapping like him, they've done
yeah,
something with him. Even
yeah.
songs
Because he's a
like Lotto.
legend, man. He's got clout in Atlanta like that. He's like a god to a lot of these um younger Atlanta rappers. And it's crazy because it used to be Jeezy, but Jeezy doesn't have the clout that Gucci has. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the simple type of flows that Gucci has or whatever, but man, they love them some Gucci down in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, I want to actually do a show about that dude, Jeezy. He
Yeah,
man.
Jeezy. That's like my favorite. Jeezy might be my personal favorite Southern rapper.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
And the interesting part was he wasn't even trying to be a rapper in the beginning. He was trying to
yeah.
be like a label head, like Master P, but just ended up
To
rapping.
me, he's like the DMX of down south. Like Scarface is like the Nas, you know what I mean? And DMX, he reminds me, because he had a sound nobody
I
else
guess
had.
you could say that.
Oh man, his
I always saw
Jeezy had a
Scarface as
sound
the Rakim.
nobody else had. And I don't Ansel, I don't know if you were up north when Jeezy blew up, but when he came on and he did Go Crazy with Jay-Z, oh my God. Like it was like
his
he had a whole
production,
wave.
Down Here, and
Yeah.
then what was the song Down Here?
his
Yeah.
production is nuts, bro. His
Oh,
first
yeah.
album, second album, third album, bro. His albums are so good, bro. I was listening to Thug Motivation 101 the other day. I was like, oh my God, bro.
He got my favorite. I say him, Nas, Jay-Z, Scarface. Who else? They got my favorite catalogs.
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs is another one. I got one of my favorite catalogs. DMX is another one. I mean, the catalogs, DMX first 3 or 4 albums. But yeah, man.
I think one of my favorite catalogs is Joe Budden's. I like Joe Budden's catalog. I think his Mood Music series is nuts. I love Mood Music. The
I was
second,
listening to
third,
Four
fourth,
Walls the other day.
huh?
I was listening to Four Walls. Remember that song?
Oh
I was
my
listening to that
God.
the other day, man.
The X's
Now I
one.
remember the name, Cool Keith. That's probably the only dude that got more albums there than anybody.
Nah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't got more albums than him. Too Short.
That too. Cool
I
Keith
think
was
Cool
going.
Keith still got Too Short beats.
You think he beat Too Short?
Yeah.
Cool Keith was going from the 80s though.
Yeah.
Right?
Too Short is in the 80s too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They both were 80s. But Cool Keith, he was the one that was always putting out albums under aliases and stuff like
Oh,
that.
I didn't know that.
So
yeah.
yeah, that's how the Black Elvis Dr. Doom thing started like blowing up, was when he was putting out those aliases, and then all of a sudden he just started just making weird music for no reason. Because you know, Kool Keith never was
He
an
just got
on-beat
weird.
rapper like that.
He just
So
got weird.
now he takes it as an art, and that's why I like Ghostface, because to me, Ghostface is like, to me, he's like the bridge between Kool Keith and MF Doom. He's like, I'm gonna take what both of y'all did that y'all really got from me because I'm Wu Tang and make it so much more listenable. That's why, like, we were talking about.
Ghostface got now?
That's a good question. The only whack Ghostface album is the one last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostface has another catalog. One of those guys with a
What's that
catalog.
one? What's that one album he did with? It was like a. I think it was like a skull on the, or like a mask on the front of it.
You talking about the Brown
crazy
album?
rollout for that album. He had a bird on his arm, all types of shit.
I think you're talking about the Brown album. But no, that album hit too.
That's crazy, man. Anyway, fellas, thank you for joining me tonight. We have an official winner, GNX, in a split decision. Wins our battle between the two heavyweight albums from 2025 and 2024. And Grammy night, we shall see who brings home the better album.
Yeah, y'all let me know, because I ain't watching that shit.
You gotta watch it.
We might go live. We might go live that night. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go live.
Y'all go watch it. I'm just gonna watch the clips.
And
that's a double meaning, by the way.
Yeah, come on. I'm probably gonna go live. Just come on the show. It's gonna be mostly hip hop. Mostly hip hop artists. You know what I mean?
You really about to make a live about that?
Huh?
You really about to make a live?
I'm gonna do a live on.
You're gonna do a live?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it live.
Yeah,
you got to, man. Like, who's not gonna watch it? Everybody's gonna watch it live, because I think this is the biggest moment for hip hop right here. Having 3 hip hop artists albums in the album of the year is nuts.
Song of the year too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that's a big deal, because that never happened. It's usually only one artist that's hip hop and album of the year. It's usually.
So yeah,
we taking up 3 spaces in that.
True.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, fellas, thanks for joining me tonight. Stay tuned for some upcoming content from Hip Hop Roundtable Reviews. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Fellas, you want to plug your channels real quick before we head out?
All right, Torch Talk, you know what it is, man. Make sure you go subscribe to Torch Talk After Hours, all that good stuff.
I apologize to Glorilla. You made ugly beautiful now. BLG, aka Bootleg Gang. Peace.
Yep. Dope. All right. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening, and we'll catch up with y'all with some new content soon. All right. Peace.
Bye, Glorilla.